Scrappy Peeps, it's Suzanna here today for Elle Studio, and today is the release of the Title Builder Volume 3 stamp set and acrylics and wood veneers or the bundle. And with this new Title Builder and its PDF, which I just showed you there, I have laid out those words that are going to create the bulk of this layout. I actually did film that process, but I decided to omit that process because it took me a very long time to construct these sentences. I actually started the construction of these sentences before I got the PDF. So I will tell you that the PDF is super helpful because the PDF lists out over 100 phrases that you can use with that particular volume's words. So I have used a bunch of words. I have 4 main phrases. So the first phrase, and I'm going to, in this stamping process, work my way from the bottom up, but I'll read you the phrases that I have from the top down. So the first phrase is hello summer days, and hello actually comes from the Title Builder Volume 1. And then my second phrase is love these fun moments together, and together is from Title Builder Volume 2, so just Volume 2. And these is also from Volume 2. Then my third phrase is you make my heart so very happy. And all of those phrases are from the new kit, the new set from Volume 3, the stamp set. And the last phrase is beautiful family, and that is also from Volume 3. So I did use 3 things from Volume 2 and 1 thing from Volume 1 just to supplement the phrases that I wanted. But there really are some great phrases that are just in Volume 3. So I'll let you know that today is the release day, and 20% off you can get on the other volumes. So if you follow the links down below in the description box, I will link you up to those there. So what I did was I chose a piece of pattern paper that comes from the Noteworthy collection. It's a 6x6 piece, and I used that as the color scheme for this layout, and it has pink, purple, orange, red, and yellow in it, and I used all of those colors except for the pink because I couldn't find a good pink that really worked. In fact, I kind of really struggled with purple. I think purple is a really hard color to find in inks, and I don't love the purple that I used in the inks, but I do really like the watercolor that I'm going to end up using in Hello. You will see that in the close-ups. Unfortunately, I did a fair amount of work off camera. It's one of those things where you really like the layout, but you think, oh, this will look really good, and you slap that on. Oh, I might try this, and then you do that. And by the time you've done about 8 different things, you've realized that you haven't set the camera back on, and you've done a whole bunch of work. So I will apologize in advance that not all of the process of this video is filmed, but you will see the good chunk of it come together. So what I've done is I've used Title Builder to build a whole bunch of basically my journaling for this page. This was our first trip of the summer. We pulled the kids out of school a little bit early, and we went down to Georgia and stopped in South Carolina on our way home. And so that was kind of our kickoff to the summer fun, and that's what all of these different phrases are about, is great time with family, great memories, and kicking off summer. And I really just loved the way that I was able to incorporate all of those different phrases, and Title Builder allowed me to be able to do that with different fonts and different script types and those sorts of things. And the endless possibilities are truly, it's amazing what you can do. And then if you add in the other volumes, you definitely have even more options, which is really cool. So The other really cool thing about these stamps is that some of them are, you can watercolor like I did hello. You could do the same thing with together. You will see the you in you made my heart so very happy is I outlined that. So you may not have an outline, but you could create that same effect. And you can see in beautiful, it's down at the bottom from beautiful family. I double stamped that. So I stamped it in the lighter yellow color first and gave it that yellow shadow behind the beautiful. So there's all kinds of really cool things you could do. You could stamp it on a piece of paper and then fussy cut it if you wanted to pop that up and give it dimension. You could even stamp it on these little labels, which is originally what I had intended to do. I had pulled these labels to stamp those smaller words like these and so very on the labels, but I forgot. And so I'm just going to incorporate labels elsewhere. I am going to, here in this step, I'm going to make the photo a flip so that there is that journaling card that says, here's the story behind it. There is more story behind that photo, but there's just a very brief bit of journaling that will go down on the bottom that is visible to everybody and that you'll see in the close-up photos. And so these funded photos are actually kind of funny. So there's a series of photos that are actually missing of this particular part of the series. So what it began with was me taking a selfie. And then I took a selfie of my husband and my son saw that, so he snuck in, and that's that top right photo. And then he invited his sister Mia to join in, so that's that middle photo. And then I didn't like that photo. I wanted a better photo if we were going to have a photo of the four of us. So that's what the bottom right photo is. But it was fun to have that series of pictures there. So that is the piece of paper that I used to base the color basis off of. And it was, I wanted to incorporate that into the layout somehow because I like all of the words, but I also liked, I felt like the page was really blank somehow, and so I wanted to incorporate a little bit more of that uniting factor, which is what I feel like this piece of pattern paper is it's that uniting factor. It explains why I chose the color palette that I chose, and you don't have all of the individual colors sitting there on their own. With that piece of paper, you can kind of, it ties it, it pulls it all together. It's that uniting factor, just like I said. So then I pulled bits and pieces of the June kit, that card with the stars on the bottom photo is from the June kit. I have, what else do I have in here? I also have some of the June puffies that I'm using. The flowers that I will put they are not from the June kit. They came from a different kit. And something else that I am going to do off camera is I am going to take another piece of the Noteworthy Noteworthy collection. It's yellow, and I'm going to use a large zigzag punch, and I'm going to punch that so that I have a strip that is on the left-hand border of the page. I just wanted a little bit of that yellow. I felt like the yellow flower, or not the yellow flowers, the multicolor flowers, you just kind of fell off the edge of the page there. So by putting that border along the edge of the page, it kind of gave you a hard stop per se. The other thing that I'm going to do is I like, if I don't frame a layout with a separate piece of pattern paper, I do like to draw a line around the edge, particularly on white cardstock. Again, I just feel like things kind of meld away if you don't create a hard stop. So by putting that line, I created a hard stop on the layout there. I want to distinguish a hard stop from a harsh stop. To me, a harsh stop is something that just sort of screams done. But without purpose, whereas these lines they create a defined border when you have a hard stop instead of, I'm sorry, I meant to say harsh stop before, and this is the hard stop that I'm referring to. So lots of fun, just little sort of bits and pieces to guide your eye down through the page. The other thing, you see that sun that's up there, I am going to pull the pink heart off that I put and put that into the center of the yellow sun. Again, it's something that kind of pulls your eye together with all all the colors. So be sure to check out the links down below for Title Builder Volume 3, as well as the 20% off of the other volumes. Enjoy these close-ups. If you have any questions about anything that I've done or anything Elle Studio, please don't hesitate to leave those in the box down below too, and I will be sure to get back to you. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Take care.